Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. On behalf of New Jersey's Clean Energy Program, I want to welcome you all to today's webinar and training session. My name is John Souza, and I am the Commercial and Industrial Trade Ally Coordinator and Outreach Account Manager for New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. I'm joined today by several members of the Smart Start Buildings program team. John Douster, Karen Payne, and Melanie Reuter are all on board today to help us focus in on the Smart Start for New Construction program. Before I begin, I'd like to go over a couple of housekeeping items. I respectfully ask all participants to please remain on mute during the presentation. We are very much interested in your questions, so please use the chat box function at the lower part of the screen to introduce yourselves, ask questions, and we will take Q&A at the end. I know Karen's on the call today, and she'll answer some of the questions in real time as well. So for the structure of today's presentation, I'll start with a brief overview of New Jersey's Clean Energy Program and our current suite of programs, which reflect changes due to the recent transition of energy efficiency programs to utilities. I'll then hand it over to the very capable hands of John Douster for a virtual Smart Start Building New Construction application walkthrough. I imagine this group has tons of questions, and we will take time at the end, as I mentioned, to answer as many as time permits. Again, please use the chat box to type in those questions at any time during the presentation. And I'm going to stop my video here so you guys can focus in on the slides. All right. So for a bit of background, New Jersey's Clean Energy Program is administered by the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities. And the BPU, of course, is the agency that oversees all regulated utilities, while also addressing consumer protection and energy reform. Funding for the program is provided through the societal benefits charge that ratepayers will find on their investor-owned utility bills. Along with helping residents and businesses save money, these incentive programs have a positive impact on the environment, lowering emissions and helping the state meet its goal of 100% clean energy by 2050, as published in New Jersey's Energy Master Plan. Okay, so the Clean Energy Act of 2018 set the stage for the recent transition of some energy efficiency programs to the utility companies. The act requires that the utilities reduce their customers' use of electricity and natural gas by set percentages over the next 5 years. You can see here, this has been published for some time on our website here. This is the graphic that shows that all existing building program, well, most existing building programs formerly administered by the Clean Energy Program have transitioned to the utilities as of July 1st. So if you purchased a qualifying energy efficient piece of equipment or are looking to conduct a comprehensive energy efficiency project at your facility, you will need to turn to your utility companies for a rebate or incentive. However, we are still accepting applications for our former Smart Start Building Existing Buildings program if those qualifying items were purchased purchased prior to July, so July 1st. So please keep that date in mind. As you see, aside from our large energy user program, our energy efficiency incentive programs are now focused on new construction. We also still have programs for local government energy audits, combined heat and power, solar programs, and some more. So before diving into the commercial industrial suite of programs, I'd like to share here the full portfolio of commercial and industrial programs. There are 5 buckets of programs that include renewable energy, specialized programs, resiliency, and in addition to those energy efficiency programs we'll talk about today. If you'd like to learn more about these other programs, please visit our website or send me a message after the presentation. All right, so before I hand it over to John, I'll talk a bit about our energy efficiency programs that exist for C&I customers. This graphic here is a little complicated, but basically we have 3 sets of C&I programs. The first for existing buildings, which for New Jersey's Clean Energy Program is limited to local government energy audits and incentives for large energy customers. As you can see in the large green box, all other existing building or retrofit programs, which include prescriptive and custom, direct install, and energy solutions are now under the administration of the utility companies. The next large light blue box shows our new construction and gut rehab programs, which I'll talk about here in a bit more depth. And the last yellow box relates to distributed energy resources, which include combined heat and power, microgrid development, energy storage, and electric vehicles. So let's talk about eligibility for our new construction programs. It's important to stress that any size new construction or gut rehab project may be eligible for incentives. We do, however, require that these projects exceed the current ASHRAE standards. I often get questions on the definition of gut rehab, as this can be subjective or often convoluted. So our team has published these three definitions, which make a project eligible for our new construction programs and incentives. These requirements include any of the following: change of use and reconstruction of an existing building, construction work of a nature requiring that the building or portion of the building within be out of service for at least 30 days, or reconstruction of a vacant structure or portion of the building. So let's move on to these new construction incentive programs. Pay for Performance is our first program. It's geared towards new construction projects with multiple energy efficiency measures, then constitutes 50,000 square feet or more of planned conditioned space. This is a data-driven and holistic approach to whole building energy efficiency and can include other items not available through Smart Start, including building envelope measures like windows and insulation. What's great about this program is that a pre-approved contractor will help walk the applicant throughout the process, helping fill out the application, developing an energy efficiency plan, and installing the equipment. Our vetted and approved list of contractors is available on our website. So the incentive cap for this program is 50% of the project cost, up to $2 million per project or $4 million per entity annually. In order to be eligible for Pay for Performance, 2 or more energy efficiency measures must be planned that will result in at least 5% energy savings compared to ASHRAE code, increasing to 15% for multifamily buildings. And this flow chart here gives a bit more detail into the process. What's great is, as I mentioned, the pre-approved contractor will perform a majority of these tasks. Because this program involves an extensive verification process, it's important that the end user is able to work with a timeline of around 2 to 3 years. The total incentives is split up into 3 payments, which correspond to the project milestones, starting with the approval of the energy reduction plan, the next upon the verification of the installed measures, and the last payment occurring after these savings are verified. If you're curious to learn more about this program, again, please reach out to me after the presentation for more information. We've also recently conducted a Pay for Performance new construction training series, which is also posted on our website. All right, now for the topic of today's presentation. This program is known as Smart Start. This program is available for all C&I new construction projects, and there is no size to qualify. This is simply a single measure rebate program. So if you're planning on installing energy efficient equipment in your new facility, you may be eligible to receive incentives or rebates for those items. A great thing about Smart Start is that you have 12 months after purchase installation to apply for a rebate. Most equipment is designated as Energy Stars included within our prescriptive list, and this list will clearly show the equipment type and the associated incentive value. For custom design measures, those that are non-standard in design, the incentives are a bit different as they are calculated based on the lesser of the 3 categories shown at the bottom of the slide, based upon energy savings, installed cost, or the payback period. An important note here is that our legacy Smart Start program for existing buildings is still accepting applications if the equipment was purchased before July 1st, as the utility programs will only give incentives for those pieces of equipment purchased after that date. Like I said before, there are 2 tracks for this program. The prescriptive track includes a list of certified energy efficient equipment. This covers everything from electric chillers, VFDs, gas heating, food service equipment. And this list is obviously there on their website, so you can go ahead and take a look for more detailed information. Lighting incentives are now calculated through our performance lighting worksheet, which I'm sure John will discuss momentarily. And these calculations are, of course, based on the ASHRAE standards, 90.1 2016. Alternatively, you can use the custom route for emerging energy efficient technologies that are not covered under prescriptive measures, but still can show cost-effective efficiency improvements. Although pre and post inspections are required for custom measures and they must meet code for retrofit projects. The last note there is untrue. That's for the utility programs now. If you're looking for an easier way to bundle multiple rebates in a streamlined application, instead of submitting multiple applications, Smart Start applications, we recommend utilizing our customer tailored energy efficiency program, which includes up to $10,000 in additional technical incentives, which cover the soft costs associated with developing and planning custom projects. And in the coming months, we'll put on a presentation like this to go through the application process. So without further ado, I'd like to ask John to take control here and share his screen to provide some more insight on the Smart Start application.
All right, share my screen. All right, thank you, John, for that overview of Clean Energy Program. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Douster. I'm a case manager for the New Jersey Clean Energy Program, and will likely serve as a primary contact to many of you should you take part in the new construction offerings this year. I'm here to provide you with some information on the New Jersey Clean Energy Smart Start Program application process and offer some guidance on how to submit your application to be reviewed as smoothly as possible. As John alluded to, incentives are available to commercial electric and gas customers for the investor-owned utilities in New Jersey. That's Atlantic City Electric, Jersey Central Power and Light, PSE&G, Rockland Electric, New Jersey Natural Gas, Elizabethtown Gas, and South Jersey Gas. To qualify, the customer must be billed and pay into the societal benefits charge under a commercial rate. That's gas for gas measures and electric for electric measures. I'll show you a few examples of qualifying bills here. This would be an example of a qualifying PSE&G bill. And what you should do when you get one from your customer and you're reviewing it, here will be the name of the company. This should match the legal name of the entity applying. Lower down the account number, and that should be pulled to put into the application itself, and the service address. The service address should be the address of the facility or substantially close to it. And then when you scroll down to here, down in the charges, you can see the rate. Large power and lighting secondary is an example of a commercial rate. And under the delivery charges, you can see the societal benefits charge with consumption and a charge. So that is a qualifying bill. Show you a gas bill as well. And again, when you're reviewing it, the name on the bill should match the legal name of the entity applying. Account number should be pulled and put in the application. Service address here. And then large volume gas, a commercial rate, and societal benefits charge with a consumption and charge there. Each utility has online tariffs available. If you have any questions on rate codes and what is a commercial rate code, you can move on to the offerings. This is the Smart Start landing page. It's under Commercial and Industrial Programs, New Jersey Smart Start Buildings. We are talking about new construction. And single measure is the Smart Start program. So on this page, you can see the application forms for each technology are on the left here. And the corresponding worksheets are on the right. Completion of both is required for a complete submittal. And lighting applications with an incentive equal to or greater than $100,000 must be approved prior to installation. Applications can be submitted through the online portal, which the link is here, mail or email. And if you choose one of those methods, the first page on the application has that relevant contact information. Applications that do not require pre-approval prior to installation must be submitted within 12 months of equipment purchase for consideration. Can take you through one of the applications. As John said, lighting is the most popular technology, so take you through a performance lighting application. The PDF application form is much the same for each of the technologies. On the first page is the application process. That's a pre-review and a closeout with checklists for each of the required documents. And you scroll down, there's the efficiency requirements, different depending on each technology, but laid out here. And then the incentive calculation methodology here. Below that, you find the actual project information here. That's customer information, facility and project information, so where the project is happening, contractor and vendor information, payee information, and a customer authorization section. So it'd be, these can be signed by the contractor. If that's the case, then we would need a customer authorization or letter of authorization from the customer, just releasing the contractor to apply on behalf of them. Move over to the Excel spreadsheet. When you open the performance lighting application, you'll find the landing page here is just some building and project details. I've taken the liberty of filling this out to for a small courthouse in a residential area, 2,500 square feet. So you would just fill out your relevant information there. There's two methodologies to calculating and entering your project. There's building area method and space by space method. You choose depending on the type of project and the type of documentation available. For a new construction project where you have lighting plans available, you can choose building area method. And if you don't have lighting plans available, or you're just doing one space within a building, space by space method where you have to enter each space individually would be required. Once you select a method, the tab populates and you can move on to the next page, which is your fixture schedule. Fixture designation needs to be entered, whether or not the lighting is interior or exterior, the type of fixture, the manufacturer name and model number, a wattage, and whether or not the lighting is certified by DLC or Energy Star, and if so, the primary use category. Once you've entered all of that, you'll be able to see your fixture schedule entered into this page, which is either the building area method or the space by space method. Again, this is new construction and ground up new construction, so it's a building area method, and you just have to enter the quantity of each light. There's also a tab for exterior lighting here, where you would much the same, enter just the quantities of each light. And the final page where you can see some savings estimates and your estimated project incentive. The incentive is based on the ASHRAE requirements in lighting power densities and whether or not your proposed lighting is DLC or Energy Star certified. In my project, the wattage allowance based on ASHRAE was 2250. I put in 2100. The balance is $1 per watt incentive there. So we can move on to Energy Star and DLC. This is the where you'll find the Energy Star certifications, and I can show you an example of one. Here you'll find the model number up here, and what we're looking for is the fixture type and the wattage. If you are proposing DLC or Energy Star lighting, this would be the wattage you pull. We want the wattage as verified by the third party. We can take you over to the DLC website as well, showing you an example of the DLC certificate there. So under solid state lighting. And here's a DLC certificate. And the relevant information here is the product categorization here. This is a replacement lamp for high bays, a mogul base. And then the electrical performance where we can find the wattage. So once you have your submittal together, which is the application, the worksheet, a utility bill, and any supporting specs, you can submit it through one of the methods mentioned previously, mail, email, or through the online portal. And within 2 to 3 days, you'll get a receipt confirmation. I can show you here. This is our confirmation that we've received your application. It'll give you an application number. It'll tell you your customer name, the type of technology, and the address for the project. Once it's in queue, it'll be assigned to a case manager and it'll be reviewed for completeness. If the case manager has any questions or concerns, they'll reach out to you. And if there's no deficiencies, you'll receive one of 2 letters, an approval requesting the closeout documentation when the project's complete, or an approval saying we've received your closeout documentation and the project is on the closeout queue. And examples of each are here. It'll say the amount, the expiration date, and it'll be added to the closeout queue, as I said. One note that I would add to this is that tax clearance is required. It should be in the applicant's name, and it should match the name on the utility bill. As an example here, the tax clearance is valid for 180 days, and it needs to be valid on the date of approval out of our office. So that's the date there. The issuing agency needs to be the Board of Public Utilities, and the applicant ID specified on the tax clearance needs to match the tax ID that we've received on the application. In addition to that, there's a W-9 requirement for the payee. So just need this filled out, tax ID matching the tax ID specified on the application as well. And I can hand it back to John now if there's any questions.
Okay, just had some more questions come in here. Few were answered already in the chat box, but let's get to one that I don't think was answered. Karen, can you answer this one? Can we combine custom new construction and retrofit? Is prevailing wage required as well as tax certificates or tax clearance certificates in this case?
Hi, yes, I just answered those. Tax clearance is required. Prevailing wage requirements are also needed for this. And new construction and retrofit and custom all require separate applications. They cannot be combined into one.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, Karen. And can DocuSign be used for signature on the form?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But we do need to be able to verify that it's actually DocuSigned. So usually you need to add an attachment to it showing us that. And if it's not there, the case manager will request it.
Okay, great. And then Bob had a question. The application says that a waiver of pre-inspection is possible. What type of project can do this? I'm assuming can get a waiver.
Custom and or a lighting project. See, now somebody asked the question about the $100,000. Okay, that is for a project regarding the purchase date. And that would be listed on the application. For PSE&G customers, the purchase date needed to be by 5/31. For all others, it's June 30th. Okay, so if the incentive for that lighting application is over $100,000, then that needs pre-approval and may also require a pre-inspection. And if the pre-inspection is waived, that would apply to that.
Okay, and then we have a question here pertaining to our residential suite of programs, particularly multifamily passive house P4P program. What I can do for you, if you take down my contact information, I'll get you more detailed. It's Thomas Moore, get you more detailed information on that question. For the confines of today's presentation, it's best not to get into pay for performance. And then is this applicable to municipal electric companies like Vineland? Karen, I'll let you answer that question.
No, this particular program is not. In order to participate, the customer must pay into the societal benefits charge. Municipal utilities do not participate. And those charges are listed on the bills. If you're unsure, you can ask us, but listed on the website are the utilities that participate in the program.
Yeah, so if there's ever a question of, reading your utility bill or finding that societal benefits charge, as Karen said, just feel free to reach out to one of us and we can help you out with that. Okay, I'll just pause a moment here for any additional questions. All right, it seems like the chat box went silent. So thanks everyone for attending today's training session and overview presentation. I will be sending out additional webinars for both pay for performance and our CTIP program. So stay tuned for that. All right, thanks everyone and have a wonderful day.